Hey guys, welcome to this video. I'm going to be talking about kettlebell technique. So kettlebell is kind of an interesting form of non-traditional exercise. There isn't a lot of research on it, but the research does show that using kettlebells over not training does show an improvement in muscular strength. You can use them for traditional types of exercise, such as a snatch, a clean plus press, a squat, a deadlift, and a good morning. And in addition, you can kind of mix it up and come up with endless creative exercises with the kettlebells.
This is a kettlebell clean, which mainly engages the quads, glutes, and hamstrings, as well as the traps and lats. The clean is a great core exercise because it engages multiple large muscle areas and is a multi-joint movement. This is a kettlebell clean with overhead press. This engages the same muscles as the clean, as well as the shoulders and triceps during the press part due to the overhead stability. Although I don't set the kettlebell down after every clean and I just move into a swing, that is also an option to make the workout harder. This is a kettlebell halo. Essentially, you want to keep the bottom of the kettlebell as flat as you can as you go around your head, as well as close to your head as possible. This engages your triceps, pectorals, and deltoids. And this exercise is good for warming up before you work those muscles, as well as for untrained individuals. This is a kettlebell deadlift. This is one of the exercises where it will most likely be more effective to use traditional weightlifting. You will also find it easier to lift heavier weights with a barbell rather than a kettlebell. However, if the deadlift is done correctly as a hip hinge exercise, then you will still work out your erector spinae, hamstrings, and many other synergist muscles. This is a kettlebell good morning. It is kind of similar to the deadlift, as in it may be more effective in working the erector spinae and hamstrings as a barbell exercise. Again, this is a hip hinge exercise and it holds the same form as a barbell good morning. However, this may be useful as a warm-up exercise for training. This is a Turkish get-up. This is a good workout for most major muscle groups, as well as a good stabilizer exercise for your core. So the basic gist of it is you're going to want to keep your arm and wrist locked straight above your head, and you're going to want to keep your eyes on the kettlebell to maintain your balance. And you can kind of see my movements are in steps. So if you are teaching this to an athlete or for rehab, you may want to break it down into individual steps, making sure that they have the proper form for each stage, and then move into the full movement. This is a kettlebell swing. Here I am doing the double kettlebell swing. This works primarily the posterior chain, including the glutes, hamstrings, back, and also the hips. This again is a hip hinge movement, so you want to use your hips for the power, not your shoulders or arms, and you want to drive through with your hips. Shown here is a goblet squat. This can be a great variation to squats, as well as a good place to start out with untrained and young athletes. The weight is carried in the front of the body, therefore the quads are activated more than the back squat if you're trying to target the quadriceps. And here's a side view, just a basic squat with a kettlebell.